Hello everyone, I'm Đinh Linh, coming from Đống High School. Today I'm very glad to be here to work with you. In Unit 9, Reserving the Environment, I'd like to start with Lesson 1, Getting Started, Environmental Impacts. In Unit 9, Lesson 1, for language, we will deal with words and phrases related to the environmental impacts and preservation. In skill, we are going to deal with listening for the main idea, analyzing the question, and reading for specific information. Before starting the lesson, I'd like to share with you a video about our topic. And after watching the video, I hope that you will guess the contents of our lesson today very easily. Now let's see the video. What has happened to the earth, our only home? Let's see. As you can see from the video, the beauty of nature, the beauty of wildlife have been destroyed by human beings. So our responsibility is that we should protect and preserve our environment. Before getting more detail about our lesson, I'd like to provide you some vocabulary first. We have
depletion.
Depletion. As you can see in the picture, our earth is running out of energy. So, depletion, I have an example. The greatest ozone depletion occurred near the poles, and depletion refers to the reduction of something by a large amount so that there is not enough left. So it means sự cạn kiệt, bị suy yếu in Vietnamese. Now let's move on to the second word. We have
editor.
Editor. As you can see, the editor in the picture here, he is a person who corrects or changes pieces of text or film before they are printed or shown, or a person who is in charge of newspaper or magazine. So, he is biên tập viên, nhà quản lý một tờ báo hay tạp chí. Let's come to the third word.
Newsletter.
Newsletters. This is the newsletters, and it is a printed or electronic document containing information about the recent activities of an organization, sent regularly to the organization's members. Here it means bản tin. And thường xuyên gửi cho thành viên câu lạc bộ hoặc tổ chức in Vietnamese. It is Vietnamese meaning. We have another
impact.
Impact. Remember that ending sound is very important when you learn the word in Vietnamese. When you learn the word in English. Now, as you can see here, the red ball has impact on the blue balls here. So, impact, that means a powerful impact. It means ảnh hưởng or tác động. Let's come to the last word.
Preserve.
Preserve. The stress falls on the second syllable, and here all the bottles reserve something in them. So, preserve has its synonym, so-called save. So we have, it means to keep a particular quality, feature, etc. to make sure that something is kept, and preserve is the verb. It means bảo quản, lưu giữ, bảo tồn in Vietnamese. Now, I'd like to share with you an overview of all the words and we have learned together.
Depletion.
Depletion.
Editor. Newsletter. Impact. Preserve.
Yeah. Now I will stop for a while and then you copy down all the words here in the table in your course book. Remember that this is one of the best ways for you to learn vocabulary. Try to copy down and then memorize them. Have you finished yet? Now let's go. Continue. Let's come to our real lesson. Yeah, with that one.
Listen and read. What are you doing, Nam?
I'm writing for my school newsletter.
What are you writing?
Well, the editor asked me to write a letter giving some practical advice on environmental preservation. So far, I haven't had any ideas.
Have you used the web search engine to find any information?
Yes, I have. However, it was confusing because I got too many search results and web pages about the environment.
Well, read all of them quickly for ideas and select the most suitable for the topic.
By the way, what does environmental impact mean, Dad?
It means negative effect or influence on the environment. Well, you can check the meaning using the online dictionary.
I'll do it right now. Oh, yes, you're correct.
But why are you interested in environmental impacts?
Well, I think if we can see the environmental impacts, we'll know how to protect the environment from many threats, such as deforestation, pollution, global warming, and fossil fuel depletion.
Correct. Air pollution, the greenhouse effect, and global warming have a negative impact on the environment. As a result, polar ice is melting and sea levels are rising.
Alright.
You need to focus on your topic.
Finished listening the
thanks for your
conversation
help.
between Nam
Okay,
and his
good luck,
father.
Nam.
And you can hear some words and phrases on the screen like this. There are 6 words and phrases here, and your duty in that one is that you have to match the words with the photo, the word and the photo. And there are 6 pictures and then 6 words and phrases. I'd like to work as a sample. You can see picture D here. This is the ice, and there is an ice and polar bear here, and the polar bears live in the poles. So we have polar ice melting. I'd like to recommend you that you should match from the easiest, worst to the most difficult one. So from the simple to complicated activity, remember that. And we have picture C here, picture D first and then picture C. You can see there are some cutting down tree. So that means deforestation. Yeah, cutting down the tree in the forest. So we have deforestation. And D here, that means negative meaning. It is negative meaning, refer to negative meaning. So we choose it. And we have another picture B. You can see smoke coming from the factory. So it causes the pollution, or exactly air pollution to the environment. So we have pollution here. And this is the picture. You can see a half of the picture is full of coals and the another half is filled with petrol. So petrol filling in. So it is fossil fuel. Because coal is one of non-renewable resources. So fossil fuel refer to the non-renewable resources. And this is another picture, our Earth. And this is the temperature. That means the Earth has become hotter and hotter. So we have global warming. Global here, that means the Earth around the world. Or the Earth all around the world. And the last picture I've got is greenhouse effect. In geography, we know it. In Vietnamese meaning is hiệu ứng nhà kính. Okay. And that's all for activity 2. Now let's move on to activity 3. In activity 3, you have to read the conversation again and try to answer all the questions. Ask and answer the following question. Question 1. What is Nam doing for the school newsletters? The sentences withdrawing from the conversation here. What are you doing, Nam? I'm writing for my school's newsletter, and I have 3 options here. A. He's writing a letter for my school newsletter. B. I'm writing a letter for my school newsletter. C. He's writing a letter for his school newsletters. So, in option A, you can see that he is writing a letter for my school. The student make a mistake to change the student makes a mistake that he doesn't change my into his. So he's writing a letter for his school newsletter. So option B, I'm writing a letter for my school. There is no change in this option. They copy the same sentence in the conversation and to the option B. So C is the correct answer. Question number 2. What did the editor ask Nam to write about? The answer is that the editor asked Nam to write some practical advice on environmental preservation. Now let's come to question 3. What does environmental impact mean? In this case, I'd like to focus on the subject-verb agreement in this sentence. It belongs to the third person, so it means. Remember that we have to add s at the end of the verb. It means the negative influence or effect on the environment. So, means is the correct answer. Now let's come to question 4. Why is Nam interested in environmental impacts? I have 2 options. A, because he thinks if we can see the impact on the environment, on the natural environment, we will know how to protect it. And B, because he thinks if they can see the impacts on the natural environment, we will know how to protect it. So in this question, I would like to emphasize that we and they are quite different. So which one is the best option? I think A is the best option. Because when we answer the question by using we here, that means Nam is not out of the participation in the process of preserving the environment. Nam and his friends, his family, his teachers, and his neighbors, and everyone in the community go together in preserving the environment. So we should choose A but not B, because they, that means Nam is out of the process. Now let's come to our summary today for the lesson. I'd like you to name the threats of the environment mentioned in the conversation. Can you? Now, this is my word cloud, and then you can see we have 6 threats. Number 1, global warming. Number 2, deforestation. Number 3, pollution. Number 4, greenhouse effect. Number 5, fossil fuel. And number 6, polar ice melting. And here are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 environmental threats. And then your duty in this activity is that what is the biggest threat to the environment in your neighborhood? I would like to work as a sample for you. I choose pollution. Is the biggest threat to the environment in my neighborhood. For example, here is the picture about the air pollution in the big city. You can see the smoke coming from all the vehicles. And here, another picture refers to the rubbish throwing everywhere. So 2 pictures belong to pollution. So that's why I say that pollution is the biggest threat in my neighborhood. And here is the question for your homework. At home, you try to find out 1 in 6 threats about the environment in your neighborhood, and try to speak on your own and explain with your reason why you say that it is the biggest. And what have you learned today? Today, you have learned with me words and phrases relating to environmental impact and preservation in language. And in skill, you have improved listening skill for the main idea, analyzing skill for question, and reading for specific information. And at home, you make your own word cloud about action for preserving the environment. Add as many words as possible. And here, this is my word cloud about the environmental threat. But your homework is that you have to make another similar word cloud about the action for preserving or protecting our environment. And the second homework is that use the mind map to complete the summaries of the conversation, to summarize the whole thing of the conversation in your mind map. And that's all for our lesson today. Thanks for your listening. Bye-bye.